Okay, so for this question, for this video, we'll be watching how we do question 2. So first of all, let's look at the data. Okay, figure 1 shows the location of place Q and P, okay, here. And figure 2 and 3 show the climatic graph of Xi'an and Hangzhou respectively. So let's look at the climatic data, the climatic graph. Okay, we can see that the bar chart is actually representing the rainfall. And this line chart is actually representing temperature. And again, same with Hangzhou. Okay, so for the first question A, we should match place X and Q with Xi'an and Hangzhou. Okay, it's a matching. So when we look at place Q and X and Q and P, we find that P is actually a coastal area. It's a coastal area, and Q is actually an inland. It's located inland. Okay, so for coastal area, we can see that it's very close to the sea. So theoretically, the place there will have higher annual rainfall because of the influence of the ocean. So we can give the conclusion that place P is actually Hangzhou, and place X is actually Xi'an. Okay. So refer to figure 2 and 3. Compare the rainfall pattern between Xi'an and Hangzhou. Okay, for the similarity, we should actually look at the seasonal distribution. Okay, what does it mean? Let's look at the summer. We see this, the summer of Xi'an, okay, it's basically had a much more rainfall than its winter. And same as Hangzhou, we can see that the summer in Hangzhou has much more rainfall than the winter. So in this case, the summer in both Xi'an and Hangzhou has more rainfall. So we should write that both Hangzhou and Xi'an have more rainfall in summer than in winter. Okay, for the differences, okay, we can see that the total annual rainfall is different for Xi'an and Hangzhou. Apparently, Hangzhou had a higher annual rainfall than Xi'an, right? So what we should do is to write that the annual rainfall of Hangzhou is higher than that of Xi'an. Okay, and we should also provide the data to tell people that we have proofs, we have evidence to support our answer. So we should write that the annual rainfall of Hangzhou is 1448 mm, while Xi'an is okay. So you may wonder how to find out this number. Okay, it's actually very easy. It's showed here. Okay, the annual rainfall of both places. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, name the type of climate that affect Xi'an and Hangzhou. That's something what we've learned in the lesson, but you may not realize that. Okay, it's called the monsoon climate. Okay, okay, so what you should know is the climate that affect Hong Kong as well. So as Hong Kong is located very close to the equator and is located in a subtropical region, so Hong Kong is affected by the submonsoon, subtropical monsoon climate. Okay. Okay, sorry for my wrong spelling here. Okay, subtropical monsoon climate. Okay, so let's look at the monsoon climate. How does this type of climate cause the similarity of rainfall pattern mentioned in question B1? So it's asking how the monsoon climate contribute to the high rainfall in summer. So you may wonder how to do this question, but it's actually very easy. It's always those sentences. Okay, if you just recite them, memorize them, you'll be able to answer a bunch of similar questions asking about a monsoon climate. So I should write in summer, the land absorb heat faster. As a result, the land will be heated faster and will be of higher temperature. So we'll say that warm air rise and forms low pressure system. Okay, let's draw a picture. Okay, we'll see it's the land, and after it's heated, the air is rise. The air rise, and we'll see that in the air surface, the density of the air, or we can say that there is just little air left. So it's a low pressure system. And we should also tell people that the sea, okay, the sea absorb heat slow, okay, slower. So cool air sink, okay, and forms a high pressure system. Okay, so for the ocean, we see that the cold or cooled air sink, and all the air is concentrated on the sea surface. So in this case, there will be high pressure system. So what we should know is the movement of the wind. Okay, the wind moves from the high pressure to the low pressure. Okay, in this case, from the sea to the land. So we should write down the wind blows from the sea to the land. Okay, when the wind blows from the sea to the land, it brings moisture. It brings a lot of water vapors to the land. So this water vapors and moisture forms rain. That's why when in summer, when the wind blows from the sea to the land, it will bring a lot of rainfall. Okay, so we should write down that the wind blows from the sea to the land, and these onshore winds, as it's blow from the shore, so we call it onshore wind. These onshore winds carry moisture, that means water vapors, to the land, which favor the formation of rain. Favor means good for, okay? It's very good for the formation of rain. Okay, after we write down the cases in summer, we should also tell people how the wind in winters work. So we should also write down that in winter, oh, there may not be enough space for me to write down the case in winter. Okay, in winter, the land lose heat faster. Okay, so when the land lose heat faster, that means it cooled faster. Okay, so it will be more cold than the ocean. So the land is cold. The cold air sink, and again forms a high pressure. Okay, we can imagine that all the air sink and they concentrate here, okay, on the land surface. So it's a high temperature. And the sea loses heat slowly. That means it's still warm when it is in winter. So the warm air, again, they rises and forms a low pressure. Sorry, system. Okay, so the wind is blown from high pressure to low pressure. So in this case, in winter, the wind blows from the land, blows from the land to the sea. So the land is very dry. As a result, the wind carries little moisture or even no moisture. So these dry offshore wind bring little rainfall. Okay. There are some keywords that we have to know. First of all, is onshore wind. Okay, onshore wind. And another one is offshore wind. Okay, we should use these geological terms when we are answering the question. Okay, so the last question. How does this type of climate cause the difference in the rainfall pattern mentioned in question B1? That means it's asking why Hangzhou will have more rain, will have a higher rainfall than Xi'an. Okay, so we should answer that Hangzhou is located near the coastal area. So we should write down that Hangzhou, or you say place P, is located near the coastal region, coastal area, or okay, it's located near the coastal area. So it receives more rainfall. Okay, so we should also explain why it receive more rainfall. It's just because, okay, again, the onshore wind, which blow from the sea to the land, right? The onshore wind bring, okay, the onshore winds, sorry. Okay, and so as the upper part, okay, the onshore winds. And here, sorry, the onshore winds, yes, here, okay. The onshore winds brings a lot of moisture to the coastal area. Okay, but however, will every places receive the same amount of moisture? Of course, no. It is a first come, first serve basis. Okay. Okay, so we should say that however, they lose much moisture as traveling inland. Okay, when they leave the sea, they will lose the moisture very quickly. So the longer the distance, from the sea, the less the amount of rainfall. So that's why Xi'an will receive little rainfall. Okay, we write that Xi'an is located inland. So it receives less rainfall. Okay, that's how a perfect answer comes from. So thank you for watching this field tutorial video, and I hope it will help you to finish your homework. Okay, bye bye.